நேர்களே, இஸ்ரேல் காசா போர் பகுதியிலிருந்து நேரடியாக அனுதினமும் நேரடி கள தகவல்களை உங்களுக்கு வழங்கி கொண்டிருக்கிறது தந்தி டிவி. அந்த வகையில் நேரடியாக காசாவினுடைய எல்லை பகுதியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ராணுவ முகாமிற்கு நம்முடைய இணை ஆசிரியர் ஹரிஹரன் சென்றிருந்தார். அங்கு அவர் அந்த ராணுவ வீரர்களோடு நிகழ்த்திய அந்த உரையாடலை பார்க்கலாம்.
இஸ்ரேல் காசா எல்லையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ராணுவ முகாம் ஒன்றில் இருக்கும். ஒரு ராணுவ வீரர் நம்மோடு இணைந்திருக்கின்றார் இந்த முகாமில். Jonathan, thank you very much for talking to Thanthi TV. How is it like to be in this border right now after October 7th?
Well, I think the main thing is that we are all still horrified from the terror attacks that happened. I mean, just think that the most secure place that you are used to, your house, you're used to putting your baby down, you know, in the crib and hoping to wake up with the baby alive. That is something that has been taken from many Israelis. There's 40 babies that have been murdered. So we are here also to stop the terror physically, but also to take it out the minds of the hearts of the people, to make sure that they feel secure again in their houses, in their villages. And I think that is the main thing that we are trying to do, trying to keep the evil, this pure evil that we have seen, far away from the border, and to stop it. That is the main feeling that we have here on the border right now.
How tense is this place the last many days, the last 10-12 days?
So some of the terrorists that came in, a lot of terrorists infiltrated. 1,500 bodies, 1,500 bodies were found. So you can understand that we're worried that there are terrorists around here. That is part of the reason why journalists still can't move freely around. But really to get permission for that, you need to speak to the IDF spokesman. So right now things are still pretty tense. I mean, we have to coordinate with anyone which is around here to make sure that we know anyone which is in this area, so we can pinpoint the terrorists and make sure that this whole area feels completely secure and people can feel safe in their homes again.
Oh, were you here on the fateful day of October 7th on that Shabbat?
I was actually in the synagogue. I was praying with my family, and rumors and people started coming in. I didn't have my phone on me because I am an observant Jew, so we don't walk around with our cell phones, which is part of the reasons why they did it on Shabbat, on the Sabbath. So I rushed home with my baby, and I looked at my phone and I saw that I was called up. Immediately, also all my brothers were called up, and we were all rushing to different places in the country immediately to defend our homes. While I was rushing down here south, terrorists were still murdering civilians here on the other side, so we were really coming as fast as possible.
Right, I assume you are in front of a bomb shelter, and this place has a 15 seconds time frame to get into a bomb shelter. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct. So that is part of the reason that civilians, just think that you are civilian with your children and you're living here. If you only have 15 seconds to go to a shelter, and as many shelters possible are around here, you can't really play anywhere. You always have this tense feeling that the siren is going to go and you have 15 seconds, which is part of the reason that a lot of people can't stay. You can't live continuously under this situation. Israel does at most to prevent civilian casualties here, which is why we have fewer casualties. But even after that is done, just the tense, the terror feeling that you only have 15 seconds to rush into a place like this is really horrifying. And while the attacks were happening on Sabbath, there was a place like this that people were rushing away from the rockets. This is actually on live cam. This is from a dash cam. You can find it online. And a terrorist came and threw a grenade inside and killed everyone which is inside. So even on Sabbath, this place which is supposed to secure people has become a death trap when the terrorists were around here on foot.
Can you show us the shelter if it's allowed?
Of course.
Thank you. இதுதான் பாம் ஷெல்டர். இங்கே ஒரு 15 வினாடிகளில் ராக்கெட் சைரன் ஒலித்த உடனே வர வேண்டிய இடம். டெலவி மாதிரியான நகரத்துலலாம் 1 minute 1.5 நிமிஷம் இருக்கும் இந்த ஷெல்டருக்கு போகிறதுக்கு. பட் எல்லை பக்கத்தில் ஷெல்டர்ஸுக்குள்ளே போகிறதுக்கு 15 seconds மட்டுமே கொடுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறது குறிப்பிடத்தக்கது. ஏன்னா ரொம்ப பக்கத்தில் காசாக்கு இருக்கிறதுனால. How does this make the shelter safe? What's the infrastructure? It's made of concrete, I believe.
Yes, it is. And one of the main things we're worried about is a lot of the shrapnel. Because when these things land, they are built in a way that the most shrapnel can come out and hurt the civilians. So the moment the civilians are here, they are much more secure. And there have been incidents that these shelters have saved lives of many civilians.
Right. This is resistant from shrapnels.
Yes.
Right, and the civilians have 15 seconds to come here.
Yes.
Once the siren goes off.
Yes, and it's an issue because some people have even been hurt rushing to here. You can see that the entrance is very small, so if there's a large large amount of people outside, it's still very difficult to try and come into the shelter.
Right. One last question. How prepared are you at the personal level for a ground offensive which is anticipated?
So I actually am under the home front, so my main objective is actually to secure all the citizens here, anyone coming to Israel, Jew, Arab, Muslim or Christian, any free press, so you can really cover the situation. That is what we are here for. So I can't tell you anything about the ground invasion.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Thank you very much. இஸ்ரேல் பாதுகாப்பு படை ஐடிஎஃப் உடைய வீரர் ஜொனாதன், அவர் இந்த ஹோம் ஃப்ரண்ட்டை காக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு வீரர். கடந்த வார சம்பவத்தை நமக்கு வர்ணித்தார். அவர் தன்னுடைய யூத கோவிலில் பிரார்த்தனை செய்து கொண்டிருந்த போது இந்த தாக்குதல் அக்டோபர் 7ஆம் தேதி நடந்ததாகவும் உடனடியாக இங்கே வந்ததாகவும் அந்த சம்பவங்களை எல்லாம் அவர் வர்ணித்தார். இந்த பாம் ஷெல்டர் பற்றி நமக்கு வர்ணித்தார். காசா இஸ்ரேல் எல்லையிலிருந்து ஒளிப்பதிவாளர் லூகாஸுடன் ஹரிஹரன்.
challenging Gaza